I got pneumonia and I was knocked into a coma, and I didn't come out from it for 13 weeks. My speech isn't going to get any better, but I am not worried about that.
I met Joe back in 2011 in the very early stage of his recovery. So I was working in intensive care as a physiotherapist, and at the time he was acutely unwell. He had developed pneumonia, and the physiotherapy intervention at that time would very much have been dealing with his chest, so making sure he had respiratory physiotherapy. And then as he began to improve and get a bit better, we started at rehab. Some days he may only have been up to sitting up at the edge of the bed for even 1 minute. So it started very, very gradually, and then as he began to improve and began to get better, his rehab role changed a little, and as he went out to the ward, he was coming to the gym every day for rehab, and it really just progressed as Joe himself progressed too.
When I first met Joe, it would have been probably about 2 years ago, when I knew one of the members of the speech and language therapy team had asked Joe to co-facilitate a group upstairs for people who just recently had a stroke. And then they drew my attention to the fact that he might be somebody who would be really good, who would be a trainer, somebody with aphasia, who would be involved in training speech and language therapy students in Trinity around ways to support communication.
You know, Joe himself, he was extremely motivated for rehab, but now following his rehab program and later on at this stage, he's giving so much back, not just as an individual to society, but particularly here to Beaumont Hospital. He inspired me as a therapist to think beyond the early stage of rehab and focus on a return to society and return to life.
I think he just wants to educate people on what to do if someone has a stroke and how to cope with it, and I think to other stroke victims just to give them hope in recovery.
Joe, to be awarded the Adult Bravery Award is absolutely right, because he's somebody who's he's full of energy, he's engaging, he's somebody who has really accommodated that unwelcome guest of stroke and aphasia, but in a way that is positive and constructive.
Well done, Dad. We're really proud of you.